Greetings, scrappers, scrapettes, and recyclers everywhere. It's Scrappy D back with another video. I've been on a bit of a server marathon. Really more because I want to get all these servers out, and I want to get another big shipment out to board sort. I have to go tomorrow and meet with the gentleman who has the outdoor storage trailer that I bought a lot of e-scrap from. I don't think there's any more servers out there. I think it's quite a bit of other stuff. I was actually happy to find this server, and I had it in my put aside pile because I thought it was yet another Hewlett-Packard, and up till this week I really was having a lot of difficulty with the Hewlett-Packards. Not anymore. We've got it pretty well knocked down, but this one, and I hope the video doesn't get booted like the other one did. The last one of these I did, I got about halfway through, a phone call came in and booted the video off. This is a Dell PowerEdge 2350, based on the others we've done. I'm going to put a production date at around 2005. Now, when I do servers, I have to make myself room to work. The cases are very tightly packed, and you got to make yourself a little room to maneuver in here. I took the cover off already. I did take 8 sticks of shield. 8 sticks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sticks of shielded RAM from here, and then I realized that this was not another Hewlett-Packard, but actually a Dell. Now this has space for 2 CPUs. Whoever was running this server did not install a second CPU on it. So this is a Dell power board, and I'm going to try and I hope the video is doesn't get interrupted. I'm going back to my music school next week. And a nice copper aluminum heatsink, and I need to have my e-scrap stuff done out of the way so that I can return to work a couple days a week. I'll still do my e-scrap stuff in the morning. Now this should be an older Dell Intel Xeon chip. It's pinless. I know it's not an I-core because I know from doing them that these are older servers. You have to get this off on these. You've got to get this bracket off because in this case this does hold it to the motherboard. And this Dell actually uses I needed a torque screwdriver to get it apart. Most of the Dells use a Phillips head. But you've got to have quite the array, you know, to be a computer scrapper. I scrap other kinds of electronics too, but I do stick to the computers. Number one, I know enough about them that I'm comfortable showing other people. I do scrap stereo equipment on occasion, but really mostly amplifiers. I don't do the other electronic things. Shark Scrapper had a video up this morning on scrapping out a scanner. That was interesting. I don't generally get involved with printers. Number one, they're the ones that have anything in them that resemble good boards, they weigh a ton. And I just am not set up to move that kind of weight. nor do I have the interest. There's just a lot of plastic you have to get rid of, and you know, if you have a shop and you have a dumpster and maybe doing this full time, that might be something one would do, but those printers are heavy, and for me personally, there's too much work and not enough reward. Where with computers, I can manage to lift them, I can get plenty of good things out of them, and I have a place to sell the boards. Well, not a lot of sense in scrapping things out if you have no place to sell the materials. And the computer scrapping really is just enough for me. I enjoy it. Part of my doing this YouTube channel, I'm hoping, well, number one, I wanted to show you guys about computer scrapping because I've had a lot of fun doing it. I've met some really great people, and it's been kind of fun. The other reason, of course, is that this way you have a resource to look and see, hey, I'm going to go buy a pallet full of computers. How do I know if they're worth buying or not? Well, take a look through some of my videos, if not mine, somebody else's. See what's inside. Use your knowledge of the boards that you've gleaned, hopefully, from my channel and from others, and make a determination if that computer is worth buying or not. I'm going to tell you, like those Dell Optiplexes I bought, I broke even, but I had to micro scrap like crazy. It wasn't the guy who sold it to me's fault, it was my fault. What happened was the price of light iron dropped so bad that I couldn't even get anything for the cases. And I did break even, but I don't want that to happen to you. The other thing that helped me on those Dell Optiplexes was the fact that I did recover quite a few i5 and i7 chips. And those boards sort does buy back. And that's actually what I was looking for when I bought those computers. He said he had some i7s and i9s. That was really the difference between me buying them and not. Plus he had a couple of really, really neat old vintage Dell computers that I was hoping I would find some decent CPUs and some decent RAM and some decent boards. So yeah, so you know, it didn't disappoint, but you know, if you go in not knowing what you're doing, you're going to get burned. Not necessarily on purpose either. You got to know what's in there before you go buying stuff. It's kind of like trying to buy a car without a mechanic, you know? Okay, I don't know what's hanging up this plastic. It looks like I'm going to have to get that out because I can see some screws down there. This ratcheting, this is the ratcheting DeWalt screwdriver. It had all the common screwdriver heads that I use for computer scrapping. And some of these you have to really get down inside, and the drill won't do it unless you have a lot of extensions. So I would put this in the necessity category, even a size longer if you can find one. Long-handled screwdrivers are a must. Mostly Torx and Phelps, but some of the computers that use Torx screws also will have a slot for a flathead screwdriver. These do not. These are straight out Starbit Torx. That you don't want to have to get up and go downstairs and look for another screwdriver. Yeah. So what I'm doing right now is just looking for screws. Don't be fresh. So my family has convinced me that putting up a channel on TikTok would be conducive to my internet health. So you may actually be able to find me on TikTok soon. I prefer YouTube, but their opinion was that TikTok will bring me more followers, more subscribers, and hopefully that will help my computer scrapping business. It really is a significant source of income for me. This is where the fans were. There's got to be some way to release this caddy. And I have to, because I need room to maneuver the board, and if I don't get this caddy out of the way, I'm not going to be able to do that. Sun is starting to go down. It gets it's dark on this side of the house now. I hope I didn't just blind you all. I'm going to be moving the workshop down to the basement probably over the next week or two, and that'll be set up a little bit better. It's just that during the winter I stay up in the kitchen. It's warmer up here. It's really cold down in the basement, but you know, now that the weather's starting to get nice, I like to go outside, and I do a lot of scrapping there. Okay, these are just pull tabs. This should pull. This should push. Voila. So that's a nice backplane board. I have a feeling I'm going to wind up just Godzilla style getting these out of here, which I really don't like to do. I don't really have to worry about breaking them. It's not something I'm going to keep. Just, there we go. There's a little button right there that I was able to push down and release that. Okay. Now I can get at the rest of these fiddly little screws. I'm glad I had put this one aside, because I was really disappointed about the last video not coming out. Basically because you can't find this server anymore. They don't make them anymore. This is back from probably 2005. There's usually a plate somewhere inside that'll say so. It's over here. January 2008. So yeah, with the other video fouling out like it did, I was really very happy to find this down with the mixed in with those Hewlett Packards. In Hewlett Packard's defense, those machines are not made to come apart. So they're really very well made. I can't say they're not. And actually, once I figured it out, they really weren't too bad to do. It's just like anything else, you do enough of them, you figure it out. did make a new contact this morning. There's a lady who I know. She's a neighborhood lady, and we're all members of the Stratford Ladies Facebook page. And I saw her at the gas station this morning, so I went over to say hello and see how she was doing. I hadn't seen her co-worker in some time, so I went over to inquire to see if everything was okay. And it turned out that the co-worker's child is having some medical issues. I was sorry to hear that, of course. But she's been getting a lot of computers, and hopefully she'll sell them to me, because if I don't have some things to scrap, I have no new content for all of you. Can't have that now. I've got some other things that I'll eventually that I'll do for you, but they have to be done outside. There were a lot of there is a screws, but it's on the outside edge here, and I don't know that I can move this board yet. Crap. Yeah, there's a screw right on the edge of this board and a little metal tab. All right, let's hold off on that. And then I'll have to go back for it. Now these riser posts, they do, oh, that might have been why I put this aside. They hold something up so it doesn't rest on the board, something like a multi-tiered kind of thing. And that may be why I had this board aside. But they do unscrew. That might be why I put this one aside. But I did find out that these do actually just unscrew. You just got to get a grip on them. Don't bend these. You'll have a devil of a time if you do. Yeah, you can just I thought you needed a special, I'll show you. I actually thought you had to get this off to remove the whole thing, but no, it's, you can see it here, it's one piece, it's a screw. It's a funny shaped screw, but it is a screw. So, those were not as troublesome as I thought they were going to be. You'd have a daughter card or some such thing sitting on here. Or maybe sometimes even a second motherboard. But in this case, these are holding the board to the frame, so they do have to go before you can move the board. Don't be difficult. Please don't be difficult. A little more. Once you get them going, you should be able to just loosen them by hand. I know you can't see it because the power supply is in the way. But what I'm doing is I'm just trying to loosen. This bugger. Okay. I got it started. And then you can just turn it. See? It's not two pieces like I initially thought. I thought I'd have to get this nut off and then get that off. And no, it wasn't really as troublesome as I thought it was going to be. Get the battery. These will all be going to the transfer station tomorrow. I do not want them around the house. I don't The batteries I got, matter of fact, all the other batteries I got rid of yesterday. I just, having seen that terrible fire in Scotland that they think was caused by lithium-ion batteries, I definitely don't want them around the house. This could be a battery, I'm not sure. Okay, let's see how we're doing with getting the board able to move. Not yet. Still got some things to poke and prod and push and pull and cut and twist. And let's see. How about that? That is one thing I like about Dells, is they usually have lots of little quick release things on them. And it does make it a little bit easier. Okay. Let's see. Get this out of here. Ouch. Okay. So now I've freed this off. This is some type of a daughter card. I don't think it has gold fingers on it. Now let's find out. If I can get it, if I can get this off the board, I will. See, even just working on something like this, I need a smaller torque screwdriver than the one I have. So we'll pull that apart after. And again, I'm just getting these things out of the way to, I have to get this free. See if I get lucky. Now, how about that? There are two more of these back here. And again, I'm sorry, I hope you can see them. These are a real pain in the neck for me because of my hands. Okay, just give me a minute to work this free. And it's coming. I can see it twisting at the bottom there. Yeah, once you loosen it, you can just get in there and unturn it with your fingers. It's not something I can skip, because if I don't get these off, I'm not going to get the board out. Try to get this out of the way. Well, there's a switch. Usually I can't get those darn things off. Yay! But that gives me a little more room to get a little bit of a grab on this guy here. I'm sure there's some special tool or magical something or other to remove these, but I haven't done such a thing yet. And of course I have to get it off because, ow, I have to get it off because I can't get the board without it. See, just by moving that, I'm able to get it just a little bit better. I could never have gotten at it with the wire there. I think a smaller set of these channel grips might do it. or maybe a smaller vice grip kind of thing. Okay, so I got it loose. Once I got it loose, I can twist it off. Like I said, these videos are intended to help you see the difficulties and hopefully overcome them. Still got a problem with this though. How about that? So this had to be loosened, and typical of Dell, there is a metal plate on the bottom of this that I'm going to have to get off. Okay. There's really nothing in the way of screws to get this, and that's what I think this is. This was the thing that I was trying to get off before. And again, I think its function is just to stop things from sliding around the board. Or keeping the board in place, one or the other. Let's see if I get lucky here. I don't think I'm going to. On the Dell boards, you have to take these off because that piece, they're holding this board to the metal right here. So you do have to get those off on the Dell computers. Trial and error, you know. Wish they made one of those for those darn riser screws, huh? Yeah. So you have to loosen these to get the board off the metal plate. In case you missed it the first time. Hopefully. It should come free. Keyword, should. And again, it's always possible I missed something, in which case I'd go back and I'll have to look. Maybe here. There's 2 bolts here. I love these quick change heads. They're important. So there's this bracket right here. That's also bolted to the board, and it may be bolted to the frame as well. There's nothing on the other side of the frame at all, so anything that's bolted is bolted from this side. Okay, so I'll take these 2 screws out right here. So far, so good. Nobody's called. I should be able to get this out, potentially. Did I miss one? This is a PC riser card. So into this would go Goldfinger cards or some types of slot processor cards or something along those lines. Don't ask me what all those things do. I don't know. So this will go in as a back plane board. And sure enough, there we go. These are two nice pieces of clean aluminum. Backplane board. So now, this is good though. This way you get a chance to actually see a close-up of these things because they can be a pain in the butt to get off. Channel grips. This is, I think, a small pair of vice grips would be the tool of choice here. All you got to do is get them started, and you can twist them off by hand. Let's get it started. Twist it off by hand. Pull this little fella up. I have to push this away from the edge. Well, you didn't think it was going to be straight on easy now, did you? Okay, work this free. Be free. Now it's really just a matter of working the board free of the metal base. I should be wearing gloves. These things are sharp as you know what. I think I know why I put this one aside. Come on. This one has a bunch of little tabs on it. Feels like something's caught in the middle of the board is what it feels like, but I see nothing. I see nothing. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I've had enough fun with this board for now. I don't know why I can't get the board off of here, and I'm not going to sit here and fight with it because it wins. I don't see anything else or any reason that this would not come away from the board. Except to piss me off, and it has succeeded in that. I don't think there's anything in here. I don't think. Well, this is going to wind up being an embarrassing video, so maybe I'll just maybe. Okay, all you guys who are yelling, "Dee, pull the blue tabs!" You guys are lucky I love you. I have still not succeeded in freeing the board. I am going to put it aside and deal with it later. I am sorry that I don't have the board freed to show you. I did the one this morning and that came out just fine, but this board just doesn't want to come out. Crap. I'm probably going to get a hammer. Oh, wait a minute. And see if I can push the metal plate down. I just see no reason for this to... There we go. It was hung up here. Hey! Now I can go have a beer. Alright, that was a lot of work, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for bearing with me. I'm sorry I wasn't able to do that quicker, but the hang-up was right here. It was hung right there. Alright, well, that's the board. Small, dual metal socket, server, board. Ready to be sold. Whew. VGA chips, IC chips, flat packs, crystal oscillator, lots of gold fingers. I will try and get these off. If the chip sticks to this, I won't. Now this was only set up for one CPU. There's not another CPU under here. Whew. Boy, that was aggravating. Hey, there really is nothing on the back holding this down. I don't understand why it was so difficult. But you know what? Live and learn. And I won't delete the video, even though I really want to, because I made an ass of myself taking that apart. But I hope you can learn from my struggle with this board. And this is the last of these servers that I will be doing for a while. Let's go out on a good note. Instead of an HP aggravating me, it was a Dell that aggravated me. All right. Love you guys. Stay wonderful. God bless. Mwah. Bye.